Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jiaqi. Today, I'm very excited to invite Joy to share about her advice and her attitude on bioscience and biotechnology in 21st century. And let's welcome Joy.
Thank you very much for your nice introductions.
Yeah, can you introduce yourself a little bit? Let us know you better.
Yes, I'm Joy. I'm a visiting scholar from Thailand. Normally, I'm a medical instructor in Thammasat University in Thailand, but I received the funding to do the research at here USC.
Wow, interesting. So you come from Thailand. What make you come here very far to US to do your research in bioscience?
Yes, because in my duty in university normally is composed of 3 compartments. It's like the first one I have to teach my medical student. The second one I have to take care of my patients, and the last one is to doing the research.
Wow.
And the research field is like my weakest point. Yes, but I also think it is important because if you do the research, you can innovate the new things. And because my country is like we have limit of funding, the research on basic science still like no support. But here is different, and I would like to get more experience and opportunity to do that.
So that's why you come here to US.
Yes.
And you mentioned like your countries have limit of funding. So talking about research in Thailand and in US, what do you think the greatest difference? Do you think is the funding? Or
maybe not that funding, but maybe because the focus point is different. It's like in Thailand, they focus on the health of the people. So all the research that involve health will be support more. But in the bioscience or basic science programs, it's like a fundamental of things. But US more focus on this. Yes.
So in Thailand, people more emphasize human health problem, but they don't emphasize basic science. But you think in US, they do very well on like even though basic science, not related to human disease. That's very cool. That's very cool. So talking about research, can you introduce a little bit about your own research project? What are you currently doing?
Yes, because I'm a hematologist, so I'm a doctor who treat with the blood disease. So my research is involved the blood cancer. Like how can we find the new molecules or new gene that will predict the prognosis of the disease, or to treat the disease by using the gene, the new things, and we use the biotechnology to find out that gene and find out that cells that would be involved with the disease.
So to be more specifically, you just compare the cell from patients and compare that from normal people and try to find the underlying difference to cure the disease.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I was wondering, there are so many fields, right, in life science. You can do research related to cancer, you can do research related to, let's say, diabetes or epigenetics. So what make you want to focus on like blood-related disease? Is that, do you have any story related to your background or just what lead you here?
Yes. Because for me, it's like because I'm a blood doctor, so I see a lot of patients in the blood disease, and I feel like in the past, like if we get a cancer, we have to use chemotherapy that will kill both bad cells and good cells. And it's a lot of toxics. But the bioscience research will help us. We can develop the targeted therapy that is more specific to the disease. We can find what is the process of the cancer or blood disease, and we hit the specific point, and that is less side effect to the people. So that is a good one. It's like if we can make it more safe, right?
So you find it's very interesting.
Yes.
That's why you choose this field.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. So do you think the blood disease related research gonna be the very popular topic? Let's phrase it another way, is that I think every scientist have their own scientific sense. So to feel like what is the gonna be the breakthrough topic of human knowledge or human disease. So what's your attitude to this? What do you think is gonna be the very influential field in the, let's say, in the future, in the 10 years?
Yes, because now it's like we develop more and more. At first, we treat the patients by just give them the chemical, like the drug is a chemical, right?
Yeah.
So it have too broad and not non-specific, a lot of side effect. Nowadays, we focus on the targeted therapy that will hit the specific point of the disease.
Wow.
And in the future, I think if we can treat in the genetic part, the fundamental of the disease, what is the original causes of the disease. That may be the interesting, and it will be a durable, long time curing. Because when you give the drug for the cancer, it come back. Maybe because we didn't hit the original point.
Yes.
But if we hit the point, the gene that is the origin, maybe we can give lifelong treatment.
Sure. If you give them drug, then this drug may fade away.
Yes.
But if you correct their gene, the thing will be very good. That's a very, very interesting topic. Yes, this remind me, because gene editing is always a hot topic, and I recently read a news about in China, a scientist using CRISPR-Cas9 to edit a newborn baby's gene to let them be resistant to HIV. So that is kind of the first clinical try to do the gene editing. So how do you view this scenario? Do you think it's a good thing, it boosts the development, or do you think it's a bad thing? Because people have different attitude to this. I'm wondering, what do you think about this?
Yes, in the good things is what I talked about before. We can get rid of the disease by the biological things that is less toxic and more natural, right? But in a bad way, it's maybe in the ethical topic. It's we don't know if we change something that come from the nature. Sometimes our genetics natural keep something to prevent some bad thing, but we don't know. And after we collect that one, we don't know, maybe it's increased risk of tumor or something in the future. It's if we change the base sequence, this will stimulate oncogene or not, or something like that.
Sure, that's a tough question we faced for future research. But based on that, I know that for gene editing, many scientists will do related research on animal, let's say mice. They will maybe knock down or knock in a gene and see what do the mice behavior, what do the oncology cell behave. So how long do you think it's gonna take from the animal preclinical part to the real clinical to make the gene editing as a real product?
So I think maybe it's not that long, but it's long because of other issue. It's the ethical issue, as I told you. So I think maybe now we can develop to human, right? Like you talk in China.
Yes.
But what is inhibit this process is because we don't know what is the real side effect. So maybe the times will help us. It's if we observe what already did for a long time enough, for the mice experiment, the whole life of the mouse, many mice that try this experiment, they have no bad side effect. maybe this is time to process to human clinical trial. Yes.
So you think like we still need long time follow up
Yes.
to see if it's really unharmful, right?
Yes. And I think it's no rush because it's like it's not the things that emergency. We can wait until we feel like it's cured, it's safe. Yes.
Okay, you talk about another very interesting topic in bioscience field is about safety. So we all know that if a new drug want to get into market, it takes a long period of time, maybe up to 8 or 10 years, luckily. Otherwise, they will take maybe 20 years because the FDA, they have so many regulations to the drug. So someone thinks the FDA may delay the scientific development, but someone think it's a good thing it keep everything safe. So how do you think this regulation of FDA, is that boosting the research or is delay the research?
For me, I think everything should have the control. It's like if you develop many things like a lot without concern about others' point, this can make the bad effects that we don't know. So for me, if FDA have the good purpose to protect mankind, I think it's good to have them like to check the point that we do. Is it safe enough? Is it times for humans? So I think it's kind of balance.
Yes. Let's move to another topic because in bioscience field, another very important stuff is education. So you have experienced your education in Thailand and also the education in bioscience field here in US. And how do you feel like, what do you think the difference in the education in the two different country, two different culture background?
I think because I think the bioscience maybe in my country is still limited. It's important we know, is innovate the new things we know, but because the technology that we use to produce the development is cost a lot of money. Yeah, so the funding still the problem for my country. Like if you have to develop the good education course, and because it's in science, you have to do the experiment, right?
Yes.
And you have to have the enough technology to support the educations. Yeah, so it's maybe hard to be worldwide because of the cost of the technology. Yes.
Yes, the funding is always a limitation for the developing country who is on the process. And so
and can I add more? Like another things I think is maybe the policy too. It's like if you know it's important, but the policy of the government is like okay, US, because the people now is like have a good health, good life, so they can get the standard. So now the government of US can think about more innovation, the new things. But in my country, because the goal is now we have to keep all people to be in the standard.
Oh, safe and sound.
Yes, like standard, like health, good food, good health, good transportation first, good education. Maybe we still in this step. That's why we cannot support more on the innovation. But after this, maybe we can develop more in bioscience.
Yes, I see. Because the limitation, they can't develop more, like depend on their lack of money. They can't do that. It's their shortcoming. I understand. So do you think US here in LA, the graduate school do that very well, better than?
Graduate school, I don't know because I didn't graduate here.
But the research process?
College, yes, maybe in the college, in the universities, it's quite well that the students can expose to the bioscience technology,
Mm-hmm.
and this is more worldwide. Like we can get in touch, not get in touch. Maybe I use the wrong word. It's like in the reality, you can expose to it.
So do the practice.
Yes,
Real
and
world
see
practice.
what is the like in my country. For me, it's like when I read from the textbook, it's like a dream we cannot touch. What is it? What is the DNA sequencing? What is the microarray? It's like a dream.
Here you can
Yes,
really do that.
Yes, we can
Really
see
know how
all.
people.
Yes.
That's amazing. I really hope like children who have interest in bioscience can experience this in your country, and hope you can help them achieve their dream.
Yes, if I can, if I am a president, maybe I can help them. But
what you can do is you're gonna go back to Thailand as a professor, right? In university. And I think even though the resource is limited, you can try your best to let your students know more about scientific research in bioscience, and hope you can shape more next generation scientists.
Yes, maybe I can decide the course to be more involved with bioscience, how it's important to get them familiar with that. And maybe after my country get enough money, enough policy, we will get to the same point as US now. Yes.
We really hope that day will come in very soon. And thank you so much, Joy. You really share me many good insights. Thank you so much for coming.
It's nice to see you too. Yes, thank you.
Let's say goodbye to our audience.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
bye. Yeah.